Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Coastal Chaos. I'm Jay.
I'm T, man, and welcome it back.
So, in this episode, we're going to kind of go over a little bit of the football. We don't have a whole lot left. You know, we're rounding out the end of football season. NFL and college is now over. We seen a big win from those Hoosiers.
But you know what? Hey, man, Miami did the thing. I mean, all week, all year, we've been saying, "Oh, we're gonna get blown the hell out. We're gonna get blown out." We stayed in toe to toe. I mean, we were ranked 10th in the playoffs. They were ranked 1.
Yeah.
And for us to go further than, obviously Ohio State, we had to take them out. Ole Miss, we took them out. But
It was an impressive run.
yeah.
On Miami's part. You know, you guys had some sloppy games throughout the season where you had those couple losses because of stupid mistakes and like we said before, Ole Miss was a sloppy game, but then you turn around, you played a good game against Indiana. It was crazy, man. I mean, you guys outgained them in yards. You played well on defense, didn't give up. It still ended up being they hit the over. The over for it was 47.5. You guys, It was 48, but it was right on the line. And the line, I think closed. I want to say it closed at 7.5. And I told you that was a sucker's bet. When it was 8.5, 7.5, it was a sucker's bet. Miami wasn't losing by more than a touchdown, and we discussed that. Miami plays clean football, then they do what they do. And you guys had a chance there last drive of the game, had a chance to win, and.
We didn't have to listen. If our damn fucking kicker can make a damn field goal, we didn't have to go for a touchdown to tie the damn game. But unfortunately, we had a very unreliable kicker, a bad play on.
I wouldn't call him unreliable. He made some kicks in crucial time for you guys. Just he missed one in the championship game that really mattered, and
he's not missed only one, but he's missed a lot.
He started missing more in the playoffs. I do have to say that is he wasn't playing to the big stage, but it was something that the one that he missed in the playoff, or the one he missed in the championship game, did put you guys in that situation.
Yeah.
And in high pressure, things like that. That Indiana DB just made a hell of a play on the last play of the game. He made a hell of a play.
Fun fact: his uncle is the reason we lost to Ohio State in 2002.
Yeah. But his uncle played for Miami.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And he was trying to get in with Miami. You guys didn't recruit him.
I know.
Same thing. Fernando Mendoza tried to walk on at Miami. Didn't recruit him. Didn't have anywhere space for him. Fernando Mendoza had to go. He wasn't even able to go to like FIU, FAU. Like nobody wanted him.
No, he went out to Cal, did his thing there.
Yeah, he went there to be a third string QB for them. Came back, did his thing for them for the few games that he played. I think he played, I want to say his first season there, he only played a couple games. It was like 3 games, I want to say. Yep. Then, made it into the way like that he could get acknowledged, went over to Indiana, and I mean, he's still got a year of eligibility, but he's, going to the draft. I think he's smart for that, because I was discussing it with some friends that if he stayed at Indiana, because he got a huge offer from Mark Cuban, according to like all the social media stuff, is he got almost as much money as he'll make as the number 1 overall draft pick. That was his offer to stay at IU and run it back one more time. And
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna do that. He might have made a good choice going to the NFL
but
draft.
You lose your draft stock because
but
you are the Heisman winner.
Yeah.
And you're the first team to go 16-0 and win a national championship. How do you replicate that without literally doing the exact same thing again? Going in, winning a Heisman, and then going on to win the national championship with an undefeated team?
He's got to worry about playing for the damn Raiders now.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing is he's got the weapons around him with the Raiders now. He's got Ashton Genty from Boise last year. He's got Brock Bowers there. He's got some guys. I mean, I wouldn't call his wide receiving core the strongest in the NFL, but maybe they go and find somebody 3rd, 4th round, something like that, and they beef up a little bit on the offensive line because, let's face it, Las Vegas doesn't have a great offensive line, and that's kind of what Genty had to deal with this year, but I think he's got young talent around him. You know, he's one of the best young running backs, one of the best, if not the best, you know, young tight end in Brock Bowers. I mean, there's a couple others that are out there in the league right now that can really give him a run for that. Yeah. But Brock Bowers stays healthy. He's, you know, number one tight end, you know, this year. If he stays healthy, he had battled some injuries, and that's the thing with Vegas, man. A lot of their guys end up injured because they're just battling. They're always battling. They're trying to make plays happen when they shouldn't be.
I mean, obviously, my opinion don't matter, but he can go first round and then do bad. Not wishing anything about, you know, towards him, but he can go first round to the Raiders and get hurt or, you know, mess around at camp. But I mean, you're getting offered almost as much as your rookie contract would be to stay at IU. In my opinion, I would have stayed because you still got the same coach. You still already know the plays that you're going to run. You are the heart and soul of the team. And if he was going to stay, man, imagine how many other guys who are juniors that declared for the draft that could stay. I mean,
yeah, but all your seniors that don't really have a choice are kind of forced out.
Yeah, but they got the next guy up. I mean, they could be Carson Beck.
They're a team with 0-5 stars. How likely is it for them to do another run, losing the guys that they do have?
I think they'll gain some this year. I think they're going to gain some talent.
They might.
The transfer portal is still open.
It is, but they aren't going to gain enough.
I don't know, man.
I see them being competitive in the Big Ten next year, you know, and they got Alberto Mendoza coming right behind him, you know, his little brother. So it's something where he leaves, goes and makes out money in Vegas.
Yeah.
If Vegas ends up drafting him, you know, that's the projected number one pick.
I'd be shocked if they don't draft him.
And then his brother gets to step up into the spotlight, barring they go get some transfer portal QB and Cignetti decides to go with him. But you've got now his little brother gets to be in the spotlight. You know, he was sitting on the bench for an hour waiting for all the interviews to finish up after the national championship, watching everybody shine light on all these other players, all these stars that were there. But he still shows up day in and day out.
Of course.
He still has all the love for the program, the sport, his brother, like fully supportive in all of that aspect.
Yeah.
And so by Mendoza leaving, he not only helps himself, gets into the league. You could be a number one overall draft pick, dude.
Yep.
Even if you fall flat on your face in the league, which a lot of number one QBs have and had to transfer somewhere else to make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, number one, number two QBs, you got to think back, you know, you got guys like Jameis and Trey Lance who end up as backups. You got guys like, was Baker number one?
I thought he was like fifth.
He might have been. But like a lot of your guys that are out there doing what they're doing, you know.
Yeah.
Trey Lance was the number 2 overall pick and lost his job to Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that, but you gotta go and have the experience. Be the number 1 draft pick in the 2026 NFL draft, surrounded by your family, friends, loved ones, like everyone that you want that has been supporting you along the way. Give them that opportunity. Let them see what you're capable of, because faster you go to the NFL, longer you have in the NFL. You know, if you sign your rookie contract and then your rookie contract ends up in I don't know how old he is. I don't know if he's 21, 22. He might be older or younger than that. I don't think he's any older than 22. I want to say he is probably 21. So his rookie contract would end most likely around age 25 or so. Get a second contract and things like that, and obviously, body starts to take a turn the closer you get to 30. You're 25 and you're starting to see that.
And that goes into what I was saying. You're having somebody offer you your rookie contract that you can make in 1 year to stay there. Whether you do good or don't do good, stay there to have a chance of having another rookie contract that's going to be phenomenal. Mendoza is a great quarterback.
But next year, the quarterback pool is going to be crazy. Archie Manning's coming out next year.
Yeah, but fucking Archie Manning sucks.
He's going to go, like...
He's going to be
like
the guy that goes
based off of his last name, unless he comes back and balls out. If he balls out this year and shows us the highlights of what he did whenever he was behind Ewers at Texas, if he comes out and does that this upcoming season, that'll be what really raises his draft stock.
See it.
Dante Moore out of Oregon.
Yeah.
He, returned to them for another year, so he'll be coming out next year for sure. It's his last year of eligibility. You got to think of these guys that are going to be forced out next year, where the pool this year is, not super strong. You've got, Mendoza, you got Carson Beck, you got Ty Simpson.
Well, you got Ty Simpson, you got Beck, you got Mendoza, you got the Ole Miss quarterback. He's got to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you got...
They're still in all their legalities. They're still in all their legalities because I believe he's still suing. He hasn't officially declared for the draft yet.
Man, he should go to the damn draft. This would be a perfect year for him to go to the draft. But Mendoza competes with every single quarterback that's even on somebody's roster or not on somebody's roster. Mendoza is one of the better quarterbacks that's came through the college football era.
I don't think so. I mean, he's kind of gives me JJ McCarthy vibes.
Bro.
Another national champion with under 200 yards passing. He had 186 yards passing and no touchdowns.
I mean, it was against Miami,
no passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
He had that one rushing touchdown on that fourth and 5. And yeah, he does give his body to the sport. He is dual threat in that aspect, but it reminds me of the J.J. McCarthy type deal where they also had 130 yards on the ground, and mind that, Mendoza did have the 12-yard run, but he took some sacks, so his stat line doesn't look as good as it really was. But when you have 131 passing yards and only 186, or 131 rushing yards and only 186 passing yards, and both of your touchdowns are scored on the ground.
Yeah.
And then they had the punt block that went back, which I said they were going to score defensively. I should have made it defensive or special teams because they've been known to be scoring on the opposite side of the ball. Like Mendoza hasn't had to do it all the entire year.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah. But, goddamn, 87. Yeah, I can't do that. That was the sorriest block attempt. You just let him go by, and I mean, I don't know what you want me to do. I mean, that is horrible. I don't understand how you can be on one of the biggest stage in collegiate sports and you don't block somebody. And the guy was getting close. Every time we punted, that one guy was getting close. And then he goes over there and he F's it up and doesn't even doesn't even block the guy. And I'm like, I don't understand how you don't do that. Like, I don't know. And it's one of those things that kind of sucks. See your team lose, but everyone said it. We were going to get blown out. We didn't. We did phenomenal. I am very proud of Miami. Carson Beck threw that ball. I don't think we had to go for it. We didn't have to go all the way on that one play.
Yeah.
We could have done 3 more plays, and we could have scored. Would have been a different story. Look at what we did against Ole Miss. We got down there. We weren't. I mean, yeah, we threw a nice bomb out there, but we had the chance to not have to do that. And I think going back, if you look at it, Carson Beck obviously underthrew him. He could have put it on the outside, do like a more so sideline catch. We would have got it, been out of bounds, clock stops.
That back shoulder that...
Bro, that dude, number 8.
Becker going
off.
Listen,
I give him respect. Number 80, that boy was catching everything that was thrown to him on his back shoulder. Obviously, you think these guys practice the defensive side of things like that, but I don't think there's a way to stop that. Because that, to me, on a lot of those plays, I was like, oh, yeah, he's going deep. Boom, back shoulder. He kind of came back to the ball. He's doing a great job. I think Becker, he went in there and he was somebody's backup.
Yeah.
That person got hurt and he got a shot. And he did very well for Indiana. I like their running back too. Their running back did pretty good.
I think that was also Kalen Black. I want to say he's the backup. I want to say Hemby's their one.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Kalen Black was their 2 all year long, and he came out and, led the team in rushing yards in the national championship. He was balling out in the playoffs.
Yeah, and yeah, it is what it is. I mean, Indiana read our plays. Indiana, they did one thing nobody else could do, and that's stuff the paint. And,
I mean, Fletcher still had 112 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns.
Fletcher was 67 or 57 yards, some shit like that.
Well, Fletcher was doing his thing, though.
Oh, yeah.
And he's broke off those big chunk plays in all of his other games that he's had over 100 yards in. He's a dog.
Oh, yeah. And guess what?
He's coming back.
Our whole running back room is coming back.
Yeah. But what I saw out of Fletcher, obviously until the end of the game, whatever was said between them, because there hasn't been any confirmation or denial that it was something
he said
about his pops. And so it's one of those things that I don't ever try to put any words in anybody's mouth, but obviously I never heard what was said. And if it was that, it's fully understandable why he did what he did, because Fletch even though he's a Hurricane, I'm a fan of the guy. He's a stand-up character. Oh, yeah. Does what he's got to do, and he's doing it all for his pops, man. My dad said that, because my dad's a big Miami fan, and he's in a few of those Miami chat groups. He said that Fletch's dad used to be in some of the Facebook chat groups with him, and he's like, I've talked to this guy, and had those conversations with him. He's hell of a guy, and I can believe it, And same thing with Fletch Jr. He's doing his thing, man. He's stand-up guy for the most part. Obviously he had I shouldn't even say for the most part, stand-up guy all around, but he had a moment, I think, of a little bit of emotions running high.
Of course, I mean, you just lost
and swung on somebody. So but then Carson Beck completely steamed off the field and did his thing. But do you expect much else from somebody who, transferred in for a year and wasn't really? It wasn't that he was loyal to the program. It wasn't that he wasn't loyal to them, but he's preparing for the draft. He's as soon as he loses that game, he's I'm done with this phase of life, going on to the draft.
But also another thing is as somebody who's, lost in a playoff game or lost in a championship game, you don't look at it oh man, I think sportsmanship is a big thing, but when you're shaking hands at the end of the game, that's not sportsmanship. That's just part of the game. You're doing it for kind of reputation for it. And, it might have been very unprofessional for him, but as somebody who's lost something like that, things like the situation with Mark Fletcher, that shit happens all the time. I can always remember we've done it multiple times. We've gone down and we've shook hands after the game, and somebody said something that the other person didn't like, whether it was about somebody's mama, somebody's pappy, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I could have been hey man, hold this L. And I have a guy who is very emotionally attached to the game. They're gonna throw a fist. And at that moment, granted, he lost to Miami as a team. Miami played there as a team. They did it. But he lost, and in his mind was, yes, I can go shake their hands, or I can step away. And of course, he has to think about his future. I mean, what if that happened with him? Mark Fletcher and him are sitting by each other. The guy punches him, and he gets blindsided by somebody else. He could get injured, and at that point, he could take himself out of the draft.
Yeah. I mean, I see both sides of it, but it did look very unprofessional.
Oh, it did.
And so that's the disappointing side to it. But you said about your running back room coming back. You guys also obviously get Malachi Tony back next year. And did you see that linebacker Muhammad Toure or whatever, 8th year? He had, I want to say it was 4 or 5 years with Rutgers, and then he's coming back to Miami for his 8th year. He got approved for it. Like, dude graduated the same class as me.
Yeah.
Garrett
Makes you
Wilson.
feel old.
Garrett Wilson graduated the same class as me.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing is Garrett Wilson, who has been star-studded on the Jets,
Yeah.
and Bo Nix, who just got hurt, broke his ankle or fractured his ankle, but he was, leading the number 1 seeded Broncos into the, through the playoffs until today, whenever, Patriots knocked him off. But like, you got a guy who graduated with that class that's going back to play college football next year. Like, Carson Beck wasn't even taking classes anymore. What is this guy doing?
Bro, maybe he's trying to get his PhD, bro.
Is he getting his master's? Like, what is this guy doing on campus?
I mean, yeah, I know.
8 years in college. I mean, don't get me wrong. I went to little basic community college after high school and things like that. I did my thing. But, like, I know people who went to college for that long, came out doctors.
Yeah.
I mean, I still got friends in college that are pursuing their doctorates and things like that.
He could come out with his doctorate.
If he comes out with his doctorate, good for him.
I mean, dude, that's the smartest.
Great for him.
That's a smart route because, as everybody knows, playing sports isn't forever.
But if he's 24, 25 years old, is this man obviously didn't have the NFL dream because he could have went this year because you were just playing in the national championship game. You got hits on Mendoza. You balled out in the championship game on one of the best defenses in college football, and you decided to come back for an 8th year. Like, that kind of goes back to, he did the flip side of what Mendoza did. Mendoza had an extra year of eligibility that he didn't have to fight for, and he decided to go to the draft, go do his thing, and play NFL ball. This guy said, no, I'm coming back. Trying to run it back. Trying to do something different.
He wants to win a ring. I mean, I'm predicting it now. I'm a Miami fan. We're going back.
I think back to the CFP, sure.
I think we're going back to the Natty. And the reason I say
it's going to be hard.
Dude.
It's going to be hard to repeat losing the guys that you're losing Bain, losing
fucking
Mesidor, losing Beck,
We're keeping Milton. And obviously, Agent Zero, Scott, we're losing him. Thomas, the guy who put a clean hit on Mendoza, we're losing him. Yeah. Like, we're losing some key players. But we're not talking about we're not Cal. We're not Indiana with 0 5 stars. We're talking about Miami. We're talking about a team who
only had 3 5 stars.
Yeah, but all right, 5 stars, 4 stars, same shit. All right, we have some people coming in, and I think
you guys do have a strong recruiting program for sure.
We also did pick up Duke's quarterback, and we're in the process of getting their number 1 receiver.
So the Duke quarterback, I don't think that's for sure yet because that's over a $10 million deal because they're bringing in his sister from Oregon to play soccer. As well, so it's one of those things they're bringing in. There's a lot that goes into that because the deal itself totals over $10 million for him and his NIL and paying out his Duke contract, and then bringing his sister from Oregon into the soccer team and her NIL contract. Like, that's all tied together. It's all like, obviously there's something where like him and his sister probably have a pretty close bond or something like that where they want to play at the same school.
It's a package deal. And
so they've made this a package deal to go to Miami together and do their thing. So if that does happen, that'd be great for you guys. He was one of the only real bright sides to Duke's team this year. They weren't a great team, They obviously won the ACC. But they shouldn't even been in that ACC game.
No, I think it should have been Miami and Virginia. I think we would have seen. Obviously, Miami is a better team, but we would have seen, a Virginia team that would be good to go against. You guys took them to 2 or 3 overtimes?
2.
2 overtimes.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, man.
It turned out bad in Florida State's favor, but they lost in the overtime, and that was both the overtime games we had this year were very controversial in my opinion.
Yeah,
I can't remember which one that one was, but it was either Deuce Robinson or Squirrel. One of them had that there was a controversial call in each of the games where it was like one of them was the back of the end zone and they called it an incomplete catch where they had called something very similar for the other team, a catch earlier on in the game, things like that drove me nuts because at the time, because it's like you lose a one-score game because of a controversial call versus you have games like Miami, Ohio State, Miami, Indiana, where there's not a whole lot of calls out there. They let the kids play.
They did, but at the same time, I think there were some BS calls.
Correct, but how do you decide a game as a ref in those overtime games? How do you decide a game like that? If the national championship would have went to overtime, and you can't let the refs decide that. That's not the kids are the teams who decides it.
Yeah,
and to have something like that, like it was devastating, and. It's here nor there. Obviously, the games are over. The college season is in the books. Now it's just look at transfer portal, look at the kids coming out of high school, these recruiting classes and things like that, and we wait 7 months for college football to come back. It's normally the last weekend in August, so we're just over 7 months out from that, and we got to take the little bit of NFL football that we have left.
Bro, we got. Obviously, Seahawks.
We only got 2 games left.
We got one more, and that's it, dude.
We've already seen today Patriots beat the Broncos 10-7. That was disappointing to watch the second half of that game. The snow really just shut down everything.
Well, the weather takes its toll.
Yeah.
The weather plays a big part especially if you're doing an outside sport. The weather is gonna take a toll, and as everyone knows, the Broncos play outside.
Yeah,
so
mile high. And it was snowing so bad, dude. The Bronco that was on the top of the stadium, we were watching the game together.
Yeah.
And you saw it, but it was white. So as they started to pan away from it, it just got dimmer and dimmer until it disappeared.
Yeah.
Because the snowfall was ridiculous. And now you've got, we hit our AFC side.
Yeah.
We did. We both said that New England was going to make it.
I think
New England's in the bowl.
I think the Rams are going to take it.
We've got, Rams are down 7-3 right now, but we got them winning it and going to the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna put any spoilers out there who we want to see win the Super Bowl yet. This time, the third, because we do have a couple weeks. We do wait until I want to say it's February. I want to say it's 2 weeks away.
Is it February 8th?
Yeah, I think it's 2 weeks away. It's that Sunday, not next Sunday. Next Sunday we're gonna be doing
no, not next Sunday. Next
Sunday,
weekend.
Next weekend we're gonna be doing our thing.
Yeah.
But then, because I think that's when the Pro Bowl is, and then, so what? They might be in Orlando next weekend for the Pro Bowl. But then you have Super Bowl is the week after that. So we've got a little 2-week break. We'll see how the Seahawks-Rams game wraps up, and then we'll kind of make predictions based off of that, because we do have a whole nother, rest of that game. There could be some surprises. Seahawks are on top right now, 7-3. So
the wheels could fall off the wagon, and then it just goes crazy.
Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua could start making some things happen.
I could see it happening, dude.
So, but yeah, what other takes you got on football or sports in general?
Man, I hate to see it coming to an end. Obviously the football has been a big part of us. My family. We're all big football fans. But dude, the game I've seen against the Broncos and Patriots, I think if Bo Nix was out there, I don't think it would have been close.
Do you think it really came down to the passing game though in the second half?
Yeah.
They might have had to lead the first half, because that should have been a 14. That should have been an easy 14-10, 14-7.
Well, the Broncos kicker missed the field goal.
Yeah.
But
multiple.
Multiple. I think 3.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't remember what the count was on it, but
the backup quarterback, nothing against him. First game playing in the playoffs.
I think in the pros period. I don't think he's had a start.
I thought he's had 2 games already.
I may be wrong. I haven't ever seen Jarrett Stidham play a game.
Well, even if he hasn't, he comes out there. He does his thing. He obviously scores first quarter, does phenomenal, and then it starts. The new wore off, because the new wears off.
Yeah.
So new war off, and game's on the line, and you got less than 2 minutes, and you throw a pick.
I can't put it all on him though. I mean, you couldn't see the Bronco at the top of the stadium. How the hell is somebody ground level able to see his Patriots? Defensive backs that are covering his guys, because you got his team's in bright orange, so you could probably somewhat see them, but then you got a team that's wearing white in a blizzard. Like, it doesn't come all down to the quarterback per se, because the passing game shouldn't be what you're winning on. RJ Harvey and
the quarterback is the engine of the team, like a car. That's what's going to help move the stuff.
Unless you got a team like Christian McCaffrey on the 49ers,
you can run shorter plays.
Yeah, there should have been. I think there should have been some shorter play calls for the passing game. RJ Harvey and the running game should have been a little bit more active. I can't put it all on them, because like those guys are taking a beating out there. It's cold. The hits in the cold are a lot crazier than just another day. Like, obviously everyone's got some feeling to it, but when it's cold outside and you're sub-weather, sub-zero temps, because that's what they're battling all across the country right now is those sub-zero temperatures and the craziness there. But I think that sort of wraps it up, man. We'll be talking about the Super Bowl predictions, and then we'll have that Super Bowl. We need to figure out what we're doing. I think I've got some plans for Super Bowl, but we'll see if you can. Come along. We could do something.
I'm not gonna lie. We could possibly be going somewhere else. I do have a place that's gonna be doing a Super Bowl party. It's just gonna be a little bit of a drive.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. But hey, it's another good one.
Oh yeah, always. So hey guys, we'll catch you on the next one, man.